Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And welcome to the Weird Science Comics channel here. And I'm going to be talking about Fantastic Four Empyre number 0, a issue that's written by Dan Slott with art by R.B. Silva and Sean Azaski. And this is the second of these 0 issues. You ended up having the Avengers one that I was not so fond of, but I'm looking at these to tell me if I should get involved with the Empyre event. I need something to give me the tone of the event. I need something to show me that it's going to be worth now getting 31 issues or so from the tie-ins and things like that. Before it was over 50, but Marvel did cut back after the shutdown. But still, it is a bigger event. I want to know if it's going to be worth it. And after reading this Fantastic Four issue, I don't think so, because I just don't get it. I don't get the tone that is going here. And I will say that I think that this is a decent Fantastic Four issue, but as an Empyre lead-in issue, I think it fails miserably. And you start off with a new character, the Profiteer. And Marvel themselves pushed the Profiteer as a long-hidden elder of the universe. The Profiteer witnessed the first appearance of this new major player in the cosmos. So you're pushing this huge thing here. By the end, she gets duped in one of the most shallow ways to get duped, running a casino, because she does run the casino Cosmico, where that will become a thing, where they're running reenactments of the Kree-Skrull War, where people can bet on these. They have a Kree and they have a Skrull, and they will fight different battles based on what the crowd wants. You end up getting a greatest hits. Hey, I want that battle. I need to be in the lava fields. Hey, I want Gettysburg. You know, you're going to do all that sort of thing while people can bet on it. Number one, who would bet on this stuff when the casino is running this all and own the people who are fighting? They own the Skrull and the Kree, whether or not the people know this, but it's just constant battles with the same two participants. I would think that there might be something a little shady going on. I would not plop my money down on that, but I'm a frugal man. But you end up seeing these things. I do like the art for the most part in this issue, but having two artists, it does tend to have some transition problems. But you end up having the Kree and the Skrull. They're fighting the greatest hits. They're fighting the greatest hits of everything. And yeah, you'll end up having a battle that originally the Kree might have won. And so, I'll bet on the Kree, but maybe the Skrull will come through there, or vice versa, stuff like that. This is all to set up this casino where the Profiteer pretty much is, I'm going to make sure the odds are all in my favor. I'm going to run things, because what we find out later is with the Kree and Skrull not fighting, the whole intergalactic, money system is crashing. You end up having the credits that are usually the big thing in the cause. They're all meaningless now because of the Kree and the Skrull getting together. Nobody has that war profiteering going on. I think it's pushed a little too much. I think it's a little too soon for all of this to go down. And just the idea that it happens and nobody seems to know about it, including Reed and the Fantastic Four. But yeah, you end up having these battles. They're okay. It's kind of filler. I mean, it really is. It's not that important. Well, where are the Fantastic Four? Well, they're out in space and they've run out of gas. They've run out of gas, and now they end up having to figure out, what are we going to do? How are we going to get back home? Well, you end up where a spaceship goes by. Johnny signals them down with a Fantastic Four symbol, and they come down and, hey, we're good. We'll give you credits. And this is where they find out that credits mean nothing, that the whole economic system has been devalued and it's all a mess, and all this thing just leads to them going to this casino where you end up having them to do something to pay off this space pirate guy. And what they're going to do is Johnny figures out, well, we can get Ben to go and fight, and that's a callback. He can go and fight in this arena at the casino, and we can win the money, and we'll pay you back, and we'll do all these things. Now, we also find out that Dan Slott just wants to try to get in with the kids by mentioning the Masked Singer.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, like, really? This is what you're doing? This is what's important here? The Masked Singer? That's not the end of it. we end up, and I'm telling you, I ended up going over from our DC stuff to Marvel to do a podcast and all this stuff on the site because I wanted to get involved in reading stuff by a Dan Slott, a Al Ewing, all these guys. And really, since I've come over to do this since Fresh Start, Dan Slott can go take a damn hike. I can't stand him. He ended up blocking me on Twitter when I joked with him. So he's just a jerk overall. So really, I really don't give one crap about him. And I think his writing sucks. I have already dropped the Fantastic Four because there was barely any Fantastic Four in it. It was nonsense. And really, every book that he seems to be on anyway, he gets the boot eventually because it sucks. So you go on here, and yeah, they're going to go off to this casino. Ben's going to fight. Johnny's going to be his manager. Oh, my God. And then the hijinks ensue. Well, you end up where they end up getting to the casino, and the Fantastic Four are going to go in. Reed's going to go and check out, I think there's some nonsense going on. So him and Sue are going to go do that while Johnny and Ben go to find out who they have to talk to fight in this arena. Well, you end up having Val and Franklin being told, you guys stay back. You watch the ship. Now, what they end up doing is forcing their way in by the guy at the front. Hey, you can't come in here. You're not old enough. Oh, you think we're Terran? No. We're Valerian, and we're actually hundreds of years old. Like baby Yoda.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Oh, my goodness. So they go in, and Val, very smart girl, decides that she is going to wager their ship to get chips so that she can win the money for gas, even though you're already having Ben do that and risk his life. So it's just, hey, what are Val and Franklin going to do? I don't know. Let them bet. They're at a casino. And this is where I start having problems with the whole casino and everything going on. But Reed goes off and he figures out what's the deal, what's the sitch here, because they're doing reenactments of the Kree Skrull War. So that must mean the Kree Skrull War is over. Oh, my God. Nobody told us this. It's very forced. Everything is forced to get to the ending here where they end up where, hey, what is up with that Kree Skrull War? And then Reed's like, well, my favorite time was back, after the first Secret Wars when we ended up duping the Kree and the Skrull when they were on the moon. Oh, man, that was awesome, wasn't it? It is one of the things that has spurred on the Kree and the Skrull to get together to go against. So thanks a lot, Reed. You screwed us all. But it also is forced because it's going to come up in a little bit when you end up having Ben and Johnny fighting the Kree and the Skrull, and Reed ends up, doing a little thing at the console to make it this scenario so it's easier for them to. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. So while this is going on, Reed says, hey, Sue, why don't you turn invisible and go around the casino and maybe check in on Val and Franklin, because I see in some monitors that they're doing stuff, gambling and things. So she goes off, and unfortunately Val has lost all their money, lost their ship, all these things going on. So while Ben ends up getting pissed, because you find out that the Kree and the Skrull that are fighting, they're only kids. So Ben gets involved because he ain't standing for that. That ain't going to go at Yancey Street. That ain't going to go in space either. He goes to stop this, which then you end up having the Profiteer use that to an advantage and saying, oh, it's almost one of those, it's a fault, but now it's a feature. Hey, the Johnny Storm and the Thing, they're involved too. They're going to fight. All right, let's go. That's where Reed kind of skews the odds towards their deal. And while this is going on, you do have Reed figure out, being told by the Profiteer exactly what happened with the Kree and the Skrull, them getting together, the idea of not being able to profit off this endless war. This has caused the Profiteer troubles, and she's going to take advantage of this, and we're going to fight these things at this one little casino, then whatever. So you end up, though, with Val and Franklin are having problems. They're having problems because they lost all their money. They lost all the money. So what ends up happening is they keep going. One chip left, that last chip. Give it a kiss, put it down. And so Sue goes off, and as the dice roll, Sue, being invisible, goes and turns the dice at the end so that they're a winner. This continues where she moves the roulette ball. Then she moves the wheel like it's like the Price is Right, right? You're going to get on the dollar. This is what you want to do. And okay, so I'm not a prude. I'm not going to get upset with, boy, Sue is just cheating and letting her kids do this, because I am of the opinion that if you don't cheat while playing a game, you're not trying hard enough. So I don't mind that. What I mind is this is a casino in space. This is a casino run by an elder of the universe, a elder of the universe that's all about making money, calls herself the Profiteer, for crying out loud, a major player in the cosmos, and yet nothing is set up in this intergalactic casino to make sure that somebody invisible isn't messing with the dice or the balls or anything. You have aliens here that may end up having different. Where's the security of any sort to do this? This is forced. This is surface level bull crap to have this going on. It just goes on. And yeah, you could say, oh, it's for fun. It's for fun. This is supposed to be a major player, an elder, and it's supposed to make me get excited for Empyre. And I'm just like, why are they able to do this? And so you end up, and you're going to continue this fight. Ben thinks the Kree and the Skrull, they're cute with their little chipmunk voices. Well, while all this is going on, the Profiteer is really centering on this battle so much that she doesn't realize, and her right-hand alien tries to warn her at points, but Val and Franklin, because of Sue cheating, have won every cent of the casino and now own the casino. All it took was one person who has invisibility to pretty much destroy everything that an elder of the universe has set up, because it is forced bullcrap. And so you end up here with, oh, what am I going to do? I'm the Profiteer. Well, we'll make a deal with you. You end up giving us the Kree and the Skrull kids that you own, and then, also give us some spinning rims. We need the spinning rims.
How do you do, fellow kids?
And some gas to get home. We need some fuel to get home. Agreed. It's a deal. What a great new character, this Profiteer. Oh, my first appearance, already a moron. But yeah, you end up with Ben getting the Kree and the Skrull kids. They still hate each other. You know that they won't. You know that this is going to be a big thing, and they head off home. And when they get to Earth, like we saw at the end of that Avengers Zero, oh my, the invasion is on. The invasion is on. This is such nonsense. I don't want to say bullcrap again because I said it too many times. Yes, there you go. It's just nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense. It gives you a weird tone going into an event. It made me shake my head multiple times. At points, I even just sat there just laughing at it, not with it. Also, just think, when Sue and Franklin and Val are cheating, you would like to think the Profiteer is doing something bad. And yes, she has kids fighting, but she kind of went through the right procedure to get them. I know it's wrong, but still, she really didn't do much. And really, the whole thing of a roulette table and the dice, there's nothing wrong with that, unless you're a degenerate gambler and you can't stop yourself. But even so, you just end up having a issue that only needed to get to the last 2 pages. You needed to get the Kree and the Skrull kids with the Fantastic Four and the Fantastic Four back to Earth to see the invasion. That's all you needed here. Nothing else. Everything else was just stupid nonsense that just got me angry. And I've done a bunch of these videos, and I'm trying not to get angry at a lot of these. I'm trying to be even-keeled. Even-headed Jimmy, they were going to call me, but not anymore.
And
because
goes the dynamite.
This stinks. I did like the art, though. I did like the art. And again, I'm going to keep in mind that it is an okay, goofy little Fantastic Four in space adventure. But even so, if it was just that, this story would be forgotten a day after reading it. There is no reason to ever, oh man, remember that time when Val and Franklin and Sue were cheating at roulette? Oh my God, that was awesome. Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying that at all. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. Like I said, I did like the art. There are some transition problems, but overall, I do like both artists. It's just, you have that problem sometimes when you have 2 artists on the same book, but overall, it is not a necessary read. It is, and not a necessary Reed Richards. That's a bad joke. See, that's the sort of bad jokes that you would expect from me. I don't write comics. I just talk about them. But you end up where I read this. I'm like, you know what, Empire, you can go screw yourself. I'm not getting on that trolley. Now, I will to review it and things like that. But still, I wanted to be excited about this event. And every step of the way, you're making it so that I'm not. And this is pretty much, the last straw before we go in. And I think it's terrible. I think it's awful. I saw reviews on it too, on the comic book roundup, people giving it tens. Really? This is a perfect comic? I'd like to introduce you to a lot of others that are better, and they aren't perfect comics. So please stop with it. But that is that. Hey, everybody, I'm sure that people will be like, oh, what a jerk. I'm gonna thumbs down this baby. But if you like this, please subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up. Sometimes I've had enough, and this is it. Maybe this will just be the trend. I just, go all loose. I'm footloose. I'm Kevin Bacon here. But hey, check out the channel and also look at the links below, because there's a bunch of things for Weird Science podcasts and websites, DC and Marvel and all that. I won't take up any more of your time. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you later.